Gangsta Brazil.
That is my dog show. That is my dog. That is my dog show. That is my dog. Me and my dog. We get them 2 in a row. Me and my dog. We get them 2 in a row. They just keep on calling.
Alright, what's good, y'all? I know y'all like that intro. It just took so long to realize that I could do that and make an intro with just clips of my own videos. But, you know, it's just a learning process. Like, YouTube, I was not good at editing. I started with iMovie. Now I'm on Final Cut 10, and, you know, I still don't know how to use that shit. And I'm learning how to make thumbnails and stuff. I'm trying to relate this and tie it all together with building muscle. That brings a topic up about muscle imbalances. So I think pretty much my whole workout career, it was essentially adjusting and fine-tuning different muscles. I'm like the most imbalanced person ever. Like, my biceps don't look the same when I flex. Like, one arm goes forward more than the other arm naturally when I do the front double bicep. I guess my shoulders are crooked, but you know, there's just so many things that are imbalanced. Like, I can flex my right obliques harder than my left obliques, for example. I just feel the more contraction on my right. And that might be the case for a lot of people when they're beginning. You know, like maybe one side of their chest is bigger than the other. And that's generally the most common imbalance. I mean, the arms, that can come later down the road when you're doing that much volume to actually have your arms grow. Since getting your form on the chest presses is really actually pretty difficult, I go through that on a weekly basis myself. Since it's so difficult, a lot of people have imbalances in their chest because a lot of them are using their front deltoid, and that's the main issue there, because you're just bringing it way too high, way too near your upper chest. Definitely want to bring the bar near your diaphragm. If that means you have to reconstruct your bench press form, then that's probably something you have to do. Like, let's say I can bench 225, but I know my form is incorrect. I might drop it down to 135 just to tweak it a little bit and get my form right. And that's something I've done. You know, it's just a constant thing. You always want to get it perfect, and it really is difficult. But yeah, since I'm kind of rehabilitating my upper body, I'm gonna hit legs real hard today, and then I'm gonna do bicep and tricep. I'm also really sore because I've hit like legs every other 2 days this week, so I'm gonna ease my way into it with really light weight, because I did some practice squats at home and I'm definitely sore. But you know, once I loosen up and get the blood flowing, I'm pretty sure I can go through with the whole leg workout. Alright, so I'll see you all in the gym. Alright guys, just left the gym, heading home now. I guess we're going to talk more about muscle imbalances when I get back home. Alright guys, just got home. Well, I got washed up and I feel a lot better. I was feeling like stressed out and overworked earlier because I ended up working out for about 2 hours and 15 minutes and didn't even realize it. It's because I've been taking such a long break from rehabilitating my shoulder. So since it had been about 4 days since I last hit the gym, I was determined to just hit it hard, I guess. Just broke my fast with this Voodoo Ranger by New Belgium. Just trying to be transparent with y'all guys. I drink a good amount of beer and, you know, as you can see, I stay shredded. I owe it all to not taking creatine, because when you take creatine and you drink beer or alcohol, each of those actually raises the water retention. When you do both and then you eat a lot of carbs, like, you're definitely gonna look a lot fuller and fluffy. That's good if you want to fill out your shirt, but for getting shredded, it's definitely counterproductive. Alright, so back to the topic about the muscle imbalances. So first of all, you gotta determine, is this actually an imbalance or is it genetic? Like, you guys have seen abs that aren't symmetrical at all, and, you know, those things you can't fix. You have to realize that. Like, for me, for instance, my triceps, they just don't look anything alike. I'll flex my left tricep and it'll look completely different than my right. I've got an imbalance, and that's genetic. And over the years, I've just come to grips with it and just, you know, I just know that it'll never be symmetrical. That's definitely the first thing y'all gotta realize. Like, are you guys trying to fix something that's genetic, or can it be fixed? And then, you know, the next thing would be, are you actually witnessing an imbalance in your body? So the best way to see your imbalance is to be at a low body fat percentage. And obviously this will have less fat covering your body, so you can actually see the striations and actually determine if it is an imbalance or not. Maybe one side is just lagging. If you shred down and you're able to see, hey, my left arm is looking this way compared to my right arm, is because I'm genetically imbalanced. You want to get to your most shredded state, you know, 9 to 10% body fat, to actually see for yourself if you actually have an imbalance. Like, take me for example. If I had a lot of body fat, I wouldn't be able to tell if my tricep was looking different than my right, because all that fat would be covering the striations, and the actual appearance of the muscle with high body fat percentage, they're probably going to look very similar. If it's not genetic, then it must be an imbalance due to your training practices. And the reasons people get imbalances are that their form is incorrect. Maybe they're trying to keep the intensity high, but they're using a little bit too much weight, causing them to torque or tweak their form so it's not proper, and that results in other muscles getting engaged. A very common one would be chest. A lot of people feel it in their front delts, and then when they load the weight, they end up tearing their front delt. If that's happening to you and you're feeling it a lot right there, I can tell you just from those symptoms that your form is incorrect and you're overloading your front delt. To fix that, you want to drop the weight down to like 135 if you're doing 225, and really get your form back to where it should be. That's what I've gone through for the past 2 years. Now I'm practicing powerlifting forms and bringing it down to my diaphragm, trying to use leg drive, and it's just something that a lifter goes through over the years, because you should always be critiquing your form and always trying to get that better form, because it's an ongoing thing. You don't really just perfect it and then you're just always gonna keep that form right. You might be holding your core more this time, but then, you know, the next time you could completely forget to hold your core tight. So if you're overloading the weight and you're torquing and tweaking your form, that must mean that your mind-muscle connection is a little bit off. You're just going through the motions, you're just trying to hit that PR, you're just trying to get the weight up, you're just not connecting with your muscles. So, you know, obviously you just have to drop the weight and connect a little bit more with your muscle and determine if you're actually working out your chest, for example, versus your front delts. Best way to do mind muscle connection is with arms, like if you're doing a bicep curl or tricep exercises. Those are the best to figure out what mind muscle connection really is. Go slow and controlled and really get that contraction. When you're doing less weight and your bicep is burning way more than you're doing that heavy weight, that means you're doing something right. Alright, let's take biceps for example on how to fix the imbalances. So let's say your right bicep is bigger than your left bicep, because majority of the world is right-handed, so that's actually a really common imbalance. So the common idea would be to, hey, let's just work out my left one more than my right one. Well, I've actually been there and done that over 3 to 6 months. I'm not exactly sure, but my left bicep actually got bigger than my right bicep. This really happened. Unless you're closely monitoring it, is that a good strategy? Because that's definitely going to get it fixed the fastest. But if you're like me and you just kind of forget about it and you just kind of know that your left one is lagging, eventually, if you don't pay attention, you're going to get an imbalance on your other arm. It's just going to be switched around. I want to say if you have an imbalance on your arms, because that's most common, like your delts can be different sizes or your chest could be different sizes. All these stem from doing incorrect form with a barbell, anything that's attached. So the best solution would be to get an isolated workout for pretty much all of your imbalances. So you want to do as many dumbbell exercises as possible. Reason being is because each one is isolated and you can actually monitor the strength and intensity better. Like maybe your right arm was pushing more on the barbell, but since you're on the dumbbells now, you know that you need to decrease the weight on the dumbbells and really build up the muscle that is lagging. Over time, it's not like your right bicep is going to outgrow your left one continuously, because eventually it'll stop growing because you're going to reach your natural max anyway, and then eventually the other one will catch up. And this is a good way to prevent, just switching the imbalance to the other side. So to sum it all up, definitely just work on the imbalance by using isolated exercises. That doesn't mean that you have to do like a single press on one side. Just do it synchronized and eventually it will catch up and you won't accidentally switch the imbalance to the other side. But yeah guys, I'm right there with you guys. I have imbalances all over my body. Like my biceps don't look the same. Maybe some of y'all noticed, like my left peak is higher than my right peak. My left tricep looks better than my right tricep because my right tricep has like a chunk missing. I mean, if you think about it, that's what bodybuilding is. Like you really have to be blessed with the genetics and then the work ethic, because you can have the work ethic but shit genetics and you just don't look aesthetic. So that's why Jeremy Buendia can win the Olympia. He's got the work ethic, the physique, and the perfect symmetry type thing. You kind of have to be blessed with the full package. But if you have imbalances genetically, it's just something that you just have to forget about. Like I don't even care that my arms aren't symmetrical, you know what I mean? It would be nice, but at this point it's just about getting as big as possible while maintaining a shredded lifestyle casually. That's basically what I go over in my Ultimate All-in-One guide. It's the optimal way for one, and then it's the most casual way to stay lean and build muscle at the same time. I go over it all. You basically manipulate your hormones and set yourself up to build the most muscle while remaining lean. It's actually pretty phenomenal. Honestly, in the whole time that I've been doing this fitness thing, it's kind of breakthrough. So y'all definitely need to check it out because there's a money back guarantee. So y'all just gotta try it at least. But anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like button of course. And I'll see y'all next time.